This is the only surviving Tiger tank in the world that is well preserved and still operational. Its fierce performance in World War II made the Allied forces tremble at the sight of it. It was extremely difficult to capture a fully intact Tiger tank, because each Tiger tank was equipped with self-destruct explosives to prevent it from falling into enemy hands before being captured. Today we will use 3D animation to recreate the entire process of this Tiger tank, numbered 131, being captured. The video is a bit long, so please be aware if you're watching while doing other activities. The time goes back to April 24, 1943, on the Tunis battlefield. Under the scorching sun, infantryman Harvard from the 2nd Battalion of the Forest Infantry Regiment was taking cover in a narrow trench from the fierce attack by German armored forces. Facing the German tank armored units, they were powerless to fight back. The only weapon they had was a single soldier-monitored anti-tank gun. John Ostroft was a veteran. He tightly held on to this only anti-tank launcher, praying for reinforcements to arrive quickly. John got up and looked through the binoculars at the distant German situation. 300 meters away, the German armored units were firing at them fiercely, led by the Tiger heavy tank that made the Allied forces tremble with fear. Its 88mm high-power cannon and thick armor became a nightmare for every Allied force. Faced with the Tiger tank, even the Allies' best tanks were helpless, and this Forest Infantry Regiment with only a single anti-tank gun could only rely on luck. At this moment, under the cover of the armored unit's artillery fire, the German infantry began to attack the trenches. The Forest Infantry Regiment in the trenches started to fight back, and both sides engaged in intense combat. Due to geographical advantages, the attacking German forces were knocked down one by one, suffering heavy casualties, and had no choice but to retreat. At this time, the Forest Infantry Regiment in the trenches wasn't faring well either, as they could only lie prone under the suppressive fire of the German armored units. The German troops immediately organized a second wave of attack, but under the tenacious resistance of the Forest Infantry Battalion, the Germans were promptly repelled by bullets. Meanwhile, the commander in the command post gazed through the observation port at the defeated and regretful German troops in disbelief. Gritting his teeth in anger, he decided to take matters into his own hands and let the British taste the might of his Tiger tank. So with the roar of the engine, the Tiger tank charged toward the hill, while its turret side. When the Tiger tank crested the hill and appeared in front of the Forest Infantry Regiment, everyone was shocked. They scattered in search of cover and furiously fired their machine guns at the Tiger. And just at this moment, a group of Churchill tanks not far away heard the rumbling sound and advanced mightily. Reinforcements had arrived. Soon, the leading Churchill tank spotted the Tiger tank about to fire at the trenches. Without hesitation, it quickly adjusted the angle of its turret and fired a booming shot at the Tiger. The shell whistled past the Tiger, but unfortunately it missed and hit one of their own transport vehicles, causing an explosion that caught the attention of the Tiger tank commander. He cautiously observed and suddenly spotted a group of British tanks 500 meters away. So he ordered the Tiger to quickly retreat and adjust the vehicle to ensure the front armor faces the British tanks. The Churchill tank, which previously fired but did not hit the Tiger, was trying hard to aim and prepare for another shot at the Tiger. This time the shell hit the turret of the Tiger tank, but unfortunately it bounced off the thick turret without causing any damage. Meanwhile, in the trench, John was carrying an anti-tank gun. The Churchill tank's attention was elsewhere, and he sensed an opportunity. So he hoisted the anti-tank launcher over his shoulder and jumped out of the trench, gritting his teeth and desperately running towards the side of the Tiger tank, quietly approaching it. When he hid behind a rock, he looked up to see the Tiger tank aiming at the Churchill tank. With a deafening gunshot, the 88mm armor-piercing shell shot out of the Tiger's barrel, whistling towards the Churchill tank. With an explosion, the Churchill tank instantly turned into a ball of fire. At this moment, all the other chugger tanks also fired at the Tiger. However, all the missiles fired at the Tiger's armor were deflected by the heavier armor and did not cause any harm to the Tiger's tank. However, in the face of the intense fire attack, the Tiger did not dare to be careless and began to retreat to the hillside. At this moment, John, through the accuracy of the launcher, pointed at the Tiger and pulled the trigger. The anti-tank missile was spinning and flying toward the Tiger, but it did not penetrate. The missile was once again stopped by the armor, and John was in despair. Suddenly, the Tiger stopped. and slowly turned the turret in its direction. In the face of the huge cannon, John's underwear was torn to pieces. He quickly jumped away and hid behind the stone. Fortunately, the tiger didn't find him, so the commander ordered the tiger to climb up the slope again. He vowed to pay the British tanks a price. At the time when the Tiger tank was fighting with the Churchill tank, the forest infantry in the camp was not idle. When they found the German retreat, they left a PAK 9738 anti-tank cannon. So they turned the cannon and aimed at the Tiger tank not far away. The sound of gunfire or a blue flame flew towards the Tiger. The cannon hit the left side of the turret of the Tiger tank, and although there was no machine gun, the huge impact silenced the gunfire. At this moment, the inside of the vehicle showed a nervous look. At this moment, through the observation port, he saw a cannon with a sharp edge, and fire flashed and the cannonball shouted at them. As the cannonball hit the base of the Tiger tank, it was wedged into the gap of the cannonball, and the fire burst into the driver's room, injuring the driver and the gunner. The commander ordered the tankers to escape quickly, so they quietly escaped from the battlefield. However, in their hasty escape, they forgot to press the self-destruct device of the Tiger tank and threw the Tiger tank away. Not long after, a large number of British tankers rushed over. The remaining German armored troops had no choice but to retreat, and this almost perfect Tiger tank fell into the hands of the British. So they sent this Tiger tank to Tunisia for research. At this time, British Prime Minister Churchill and King George VI heard that they had caught a good Tiger tank, which was designed to be used as an aircraft to stop these war monsters that made the peasants lose their courage. Today, this Tiger tank, nicknamed 131, has become the main treasure of the British Museum in Bovington, England.
Later, after continuous repair,
It has become the only Tiger tank that can still be operated today. In the movie Madness, this Tiger has become a shining star. In the movie, it used its own strength to select a large number of rare animals, and then it saw the beauty of its past.